Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20 and welcome to episode 38 of Direwolf20's server play series. It's raining and ugly out, so I just threw a dissipation charge in here. So we should be getting rid of that rain pretty quick. Going over to my factorization hut, and I have a pretty nice build to do today, I think. I'm pretty pleased with the way this came out in my test world, so I want to build it in my main world here. Yeah, it's pretty compact and pretty cool looking. So without further ado, I'm going to get started building some of the stuff I'm going to need for this nifty little gadget. And from there, yeah, we'll see what happens. So first, going to just need a few toys. Yep. Hanging out on the server at the moment, we got Elaram and Tog and Neptune Pink and Morvalara. Most of those guys are on TeamSpeak with us, and girls. Hey Morv, how's it going? And you want to be called Lara, right?
Lyra's fine, yeah.
Lyra. Alright, cool. Alex, Xenophobe is on here. King Lemming is here. What's up, King?
Not much, man. Hanging out.
Cool, dude. Yep. King Lemming, aka of the Thermal Expansion mod. Should know that by now, guys. Come on. Try and keep up.
AKA Thermal Craft, apparently.
Is that what it's called now?
No, that's what you called it, though.
When did I say that?
Your spotlight.
Did I call it Thermal Craft?
Just once.
Yes.
Don't worry.
Just once. Oh, well, you know. I'm a noob. What do you want from me? I do silly things like that at times. So yeah, guys, I think this is going to be cool. Yeah, I have verbal blunders all the time, so kind of get used to that.
Not worried, man. I don't think anybody posted like, "Oh my God, where's the mod?" Dyer said it was Thermal Craft. It's not here. I mean,
yeah, right.
Whatever.
What else did I want? Batteries. So I need nickelite and copper and tin. Oh, you know what else I'll probably need? How am I for this stuff? Yeah. Okay. I'm just getting stuff together, guys. Don't worry about me. What you guys discussing, Neptune? I wasn't following along in the conversation.
Apparently her slide furnace isn't working properly.
What'd you break, Tog?
I didn't break anything.
Lies.
This time?
This time, yeah.
Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. Oh yeah, we got some cool stuff coming, guys. Trust me on this. I'm going to have to remember exactly how I set this guy up, but it should be pretty easy to do again, I hope. Give me a few minutes here and I'll be right back. Alright guys, we're back. I think I've got everything set up, and here is where I'm going to build my factorization factory. It's going to be kind of cool. Very compact, by the way. Like, I made it as compact as I could imagine to make it. There's probably, you know, I think we could probably finagle, maybe squeezing it down a little bit more, but honestly, you're hard-pressed to do that. So let's get started, shall we? Yes. First item to go down is the grinder. This is a pretty important block. It's going to start grinding up all our silver ores. It's some cool stuff. And I need to run some power to it right up here. Now the cool thing about this cabling is you can run it just straight up like that. And it will connect and power the grinder. So that cabling running from the battery there will go and charge it up. And we can check here. Let's see, if I shift click this guy, you can see its speed is 0, but it does have a charge. That's an important piece to note. From the grinder, we're going to set up a filter. Pretty simple and straightforward. And Elaram and Neptune Pink are actually sorting out a bug that Elaram found, it looks like. Something weird is happening. I don't know what. I'll figure it out eventually. So let's go ahead and set up the filter like so. Now the filter is of course going to dump items straight from the grinder. So we're going to place items in the top here in the grinder, and then it'll filter out into a chest, which I didn't make any chests because I'm a noob. I need a few of them. Ta-da! Chest. I guess it doesn't really matter where I place it. There, sounds good. From the chest, we're going to place down our sorting machine. Dun dun dun. Sorting machine, where'd you go? Cool. And that guy is going to pneumatically tube. I did build this off camera, by the way, in my test world before I started playing here. So I'm not coming off this up off the top of my head, but I think in the end it'll work out pretty well. Into a mixer. So what you have to do with these guys is first you have to grind your goodies. So let's walk through the chain here. We have to use the grinder to grind up our silver ore. So we get from silver ore, we get dirty galena gravel. Now what we could do with this dirty galena gravel stuff is we could start smelting it immediately and get silver, or we could throw it in a slag furnace and get some silver and maybe some dirt. But instead we're going to use water buckets in a mixer to get clean galena chunks. Cool. And when we cook that in a slag furnace, we wind up with some reduced lead chunks and reduced silver chunks. Way more than we would normally get. Basically, by going through this whole process, we're doubling our ore output. Now, if we wanted to, we could take those chunks, the reduced lead chunks, and we could throw them in a crystallizer, and we'd get 150% crystalline lead. And that would wind up tripling our ore output, because we'd have like double when we got here, and 150% of that is triple. So, but that takes like 20 minutes, and I'm not sure I want to go that far just at this point. And hey, there's bad guys attacking me, and now he's in my house. So that's the plan. We'll see how well it works out. So now that we're powering both these machines, I do need to hook up some power to this guy. So there, and a solar panel right here. And since that guy is facing the sun, we should be good for that thing. Cool? Looks good to me. Yeah. We'll let that charge in a bit. Now, next up, let's head back to our house because there's something cool I want to make. It's right in this thing. No, it's right in this thing. That's right. Turtles are going to play a role in this. Don't worry, it's very simple and basic code. Ah, being attacked again. Should probably build a door. Temporary door. The turtle is going to play a pretty important role here. He's going to act as both a sorting machine and a bucket refiller, because as you guys saw with the mixer recipe here, this thingy, you need to mix water buckets with whatever dirty stuff you have to clean it off. So we're going to have to constantly refill water buckets, which is what the turtle's going to do for me. So let's get him ready to roll. Now the nice thing is he's not really going anywhere, so we don't have to worry too much about him. All I gotta do is set up an infinite water source underneath. So I do need to get myself a couple water buckets. Should have some back here somewhere. I got these two. That'll do. And trust me, this is going to get complex in a minute, but don't worry, I'll talk you through exactly how it's all working. That's why sorting machine's here. You're probably wondering, like, why are you sorting machine? Trust me, relax, I know what I'm doing. A little bit. Sort of, sometimes, possibly. So, water bucket and water bucket. For an infinite water source, okay? Now, the next part of this puzzle shall be, I want a filter right here. And this guy is going to filter up into this chest. Okay, so what's going to happen is, check this out. We've got grinder here, pulling out and grinding up its silver, and then it's going to get pulsed with the filter straight into this chest. Okay, then we're going to have the chest use the sorting machine to go ahead and pump the items into here. That chest is also going to be the source for our bucket filler. So a full bucket's going to go in there. This guy will pull out the empty bucket once it's done processing and put it back in the chest. And now it's time to program the turtle for how he's going to work. But we're not done quite yet, because the next step, of course, is the slag furnace. We're going to want that to work pretty well, so let's do that. Slag furnace right here. And I'm thinking a hopper. Hopper sounds like a pretty solid plan. Do we have any hoppers in here? If not, I mean, I can make one pretty quick. Hoppers aren't too bad. Just a few pieces of 3 or 5 iron. 5 in a chest. Good. We're getting there. Is everybody quiet, or did I, like, mute by mistake?
We're quiet.
No,
No,
yeah,
we're
we're
quiet.
just quiet.
Muted.
Yeah, everybody's talking now. How's it going? You should see, like, this incredibly complex and, like, compact build I'm making, because I'm pretty proud of it.
I'm almost scared of it.
Have I been pushing push to talk? I forget. I think half the time I am and half the time I'm not.
You have not.
Okay, well then I'm a bad person. And this is going to
See,
be
we're
like a
quiet because
storage
we think
chest.
you don't love us anymore.
These are facts.
Just YouTube. Never us, just YouTube.
Yep. And what else did I need? Red alloy wiring. From my red power 2 chest.
Man, this teleport block is awesome. I said nothing.
So that should do that. Okay. So let's see it all in motion. Now, I'm probably going to have to borrow some red power 2 energy somewhere. Have any batteries? I do have batteries. Good. To borrow some energy from the shared resources room. I think that wouldn't be a bad idea, right?
Okay, and I admit, looking at it now, all of my ores are varying shades of dark white. That may be true.
We didn't think that was true before?
They could use maybe a little bit of touching up.
Did you add copper? Is copper dark white in your mod?
No.
Okay, like, because that would be weird.
No, my copper looks like gold, and everybody's calling me out on it. And then I tell them to go Google what gold or what copper ore looks like, and they go, "Oh, huh."
Wow, look at all the spiders and evil things happening around my house. I need to not go in that way.
Seriously, it looks like gold.
Copper? Yeah, it can.
Yeah.
I
Oh no.
guess.
I mean, it's bright, obnoxious
Yeah.
gold.
Alright, so this is just to get us a kickstart on the battery box. Because it's been nighttime while I've been recording this, my solar is
I usually
obviously
get
not doing
around
much.
the problem of ores looking like other ores by just picking up everything.
Yeah, that also works.
Yeah, I
Now
pretty
here's
much
what
do
I'm
that
going to
too.
do. I'm going to set this guy to this, and this guy to this. Now watch, this is something you guys probably haven't seen me use a sorting machine for yet. But, you know, we'll see what it does. You'll see. Trust me. Next up, I need to write a bit of code, but I'm going to do that after I grind up my first couple pieces of silver ore. So what I'm actually going to do, I think, is probably turn off that timer, because I want the silver ore to be like a little bit manual, just so you guys can walk through the whole process. And this is going to get me a decent amount of lead. So let's just grab some silver. I'm in my main house. You can go through the portal if you guys want to come see what I'm doing. Hey, there's Neptune. How do you like it, Neptune?
I haven't decided.
You want to see it? I want to grind up some silver real quick. So basically that silver is your input, and the chest over, or the slag furnace is your output, basically. I might add like a normal furnace and maybe a heater or something to, you know, the rest, but we'll see what happens. So the grinder should be grinding. Yep, there it goes. It's creating our silver ore. And we've got dirty galena gravel. Cool. So you can see we're already starting to double that stuff. That's good. That would get pulsed by the filter straight into this chest. Okay. Now this chest, I'm going to tell this chest here, you get to store all the dirty galena, right? But I'm going to turn on my sorting machine, and I'm going to tell it, this mode that it's in right now means that it has to fulfill each column with an item in it before it's allowed to move on. It's a mode that I don't always use too often, but it's actually really going to be useful right now, because what I can do is put a water bucket in here and dirty galena gravel here. And the way this will work is, every time it runs, it's going to pull out, and it's going to wait for a new water bucket before it pulls out a new dirty gravel. So watch what happens, okay? I'm going to put a water bucket and some dirty galena gravel in here. So here goes nothing. Water bucket. So note that it's not doing anything with the water bucket yet. And it's not doing anything with the dirty galena yet. But as soon as I put on this mode, which means auto run, it'll pull out one dirty galena and one water bucket. And one dirty galena, and then it's going to wait for a new water bucket before it runs again. So see that it's not pulling out any more of the dirty gravel. And the cleaning machine here is cleaning off the dirty galena. And the filter, when it runs, is going to send the water bucket back, along with some sludge. Ta-da! So if I put my timer back in place, everything should be running again. Cool. So now it's time to write my turtle code, which I am going to... I think I could paste spin what I wrote before. That might work. I could just write it real quick again. No big deal. I'm going to write it off camera, though. Alright, guys, so here's my code. I'm going to tell it to select one. Make sure to highlight that slot. And then pull an item out of the chest. Boom. Okay. What it's going to do is it's going to then compare whatever the item is with the items down here. Neat. Not too shabby. Well then, if it's an empty bucket, place it below itself down, which makes it pick up the water, and then place it back in the chest in front of it. It's not going to do any turning or anything. However, if it's comparing it to the sludge, and that turns out to be true, it'll turn to the left, place the sludge in this chest, and then turn back right. Turn left, drop, turn right. If it's clean gravel, this stuff, it's going to turn right, drop it in the filter here, or the, whatchamacallit, hopper, and then turn back to the left. Finally, it's going to drop whatever's in here. What that means is, like, if it didn't know what to do with the item, it's going to go ahead and just drop it straight in there. So that should work pretty well. So let's go ahead and save and exit. Now, do we have an empty bucket in here at the moment? We do. Cool. Yeah, I'm liking that. Let's run mixer. So what you should do is get the water, put it back in there, and then the sorting machine should be satisfied at this point. So the sorting machine is going to be like, hey, I'm pretty pleased with this. So we satisfied the water bucket situation. It pulled in another piece of gravel. So you can see it's kind of working right now. Not too shabby. The machine here is running, processing the ore, the galena. Now the one thing that might be an issue is this dirty galena gravel might continuously get picked up. So I might need to tweak that a little bit. Maybe I just won't set this mode to have to wait. That might be okay. That might be doable. See, I was afraid that was going to happen. The dirty galena is just going to repeat over and over there. That might be a problem. But you can see it's now sorting things. That looks pretty cool. Not bad at all, right? Maybe I'll turn this thing off sort mode. Maybe I'll put it on this mode. I mean, it won't hurt for the dirty galena gravel to continuously be stored up in here. What do you think, Neptune?
Maybe you could, maybe you could try one of those, logistics-y type things.
Logistics pipes?
No, the manager, that's what it's called, I think. I don't know. Is that
Oh, yeah.
To...
Managers are more expensive, though, than I want to use right now. Like, at this point, I could probably be doing this with a filter instead of a sorting machine.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But I guess that wouldn't, like... I guess it wouldn't be too bad. Yeah, I should probably replace this with a filter, huh? And just run,
Yeah, get rid of that electricity.
Yeah, I won't need the bluetricity anymore.
You'll need another timer, though, or something.
Yeah, I'll just run that cabling somewhere. But that should be going now. So, like, this turtle should keep trying to suck up the items and just do whatever it can with it. Just have to figure out a place to put this timer that's, like, not where it is now. Alright, guys, give me a minute. I'll probably replace this with a filter. I like the idea of 1 for 1, but then that dirty galena just got in my way. Alright, I'll be back in a minute.
It's raining.
It's raining again, and I'm recording again. I think I got a solution here for the timer positioning. That ought to work. Look at it go. Nice. Oh, you know what I gotta do? I gotta filter you and you. Yeah, this guy needs to be filtered. There we go. Now he's behaving again. Because we don't want to pull out anything but those 2 items. I think that's a pretty compact system. I'm rather pleased.
What kind of blue zirconium are you looking for?
Just the raw blue zirconium, any of it.
Yeah. Are you making blocks or?
Yeah, just the nine storage block, yeah.
6 insulated coil for a heater. Oh my god, that's a lot of lead.
Oh, yes.
Well, I have a little over a stack. I don't know if I'll need it for anything though.
So we did fix, whatchamacallit, right? The world? Like, I can get lead legitimately now in the world. I don't have to just make it with this crazy contraption anymore.
Maybe, but Matt couldn't find any.
Matt couldn't find any lead? We regen
Nope.
the age, right? We're definitely sure, like...
We think so.
Alex, are you there?
We're not entirely positively sure.
I'm pretty darn sure.
Well, I mean, like, I can go there and see if the house I built is still there. That would probably be a pretty good indication if the age was rebuilt or not. New digger, here I come.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we're pretty sure.
Oh, that's why there was lag, because that book leads to the spot where I had my house, and my house is not there at the moment. So we regenerated this age for the YouTube audience who are interested to know. So, like, pretty much everything I did in this age last episode is completely erased. But it hopefully has some lead generation if Zeldo fixed it correctly. Isn't that right, Zeldo?
Zelda's gone, but yes, he did fix my mistake.
Oh, okay. So yeah, here's my my age. Cool.
I'll own up to it.
I should probably clean out my inventory before I go, you know, cave diving. I'm gonna go do that right now. But I'm pretty happy with the way this little machine turned out, you know, if I do say so myself. Pretty compact, isn't it?
Yeah, I was rough and fresh with it.
Alright, YouTube, I'll be back in a few once I clean up my inventory and I'm ready to go explore for lead in that world. And once we confirm there's lead in there, I'll do some other cool stuff. Hooray! I found lead. So yeah, I last episode spent probably like half an hour underground looking for lead and found none. And now that we talked to Zeldo, he realized there was a bug with Mistcraft generation of ores. I am now in the world that I generated specifically to get lead, and I'm getting lead. So, you know, I'm happy. And yeah, I think that's the 1 diamond that I found earlier too.
Die.
Yay.
Yes. Remember I found 1 diamond earlier? Yeah, that was it. We just found it again. Nice. So now that we can find lead, we can have a lot of fun with thermal expansion and factorization for that matter, because they both use a good amount of silver and lead. So my factorization setup is pretty cool. I'm pretty pleased with it. It's really compact. I always like super compact builds like that. I don't know why. I know sometimes I go like above and beyond with silliness, but more often than not, it's just because I'm being silly. Like if I really settle down and try and be compact, not that bad. Ooh, new extra biomes in the Dropbox, by the way. Is that more lead? Oh yeah, I'm finding a good amount. It's tends to spawn about the same amount like as normal ores, like 3 or 4 at a time, on average. Does that sound right? 3 or 4 at a time, King Lemming?
Should it can go up to more than that, but I don't know the intricacies of the generator, so sure, it sounds good.
That sounds about right, right?
Yeah.
I know you were
shouldn't be
concerned
finding chunks
earlier with
full
just
of it.
one.
But yeah, I didn't want you to be tripping lead either.
No. I think it's good. Yeah, definitely doing fine.
There really aren't all that many. Well, you don't need all that much in
Whoa, that's lava.
thermal expansion, right?
Pretty much.
Not a
I mean-
whole lot.
You know, a little supply. I mean, unless you're doing like 100-meter long runs of this stuff or something.
You don't need that
crazy.
much. You definitely need more in factorization, it seems.
Oh yeah, you need like stats. You probably burn through 4 or 5 stats of it, right?
I easily burned through 2 just doing that build I just did. Maybe 3.
Well, if you made a motor that's 2/3 of a stack right there.
Yeah, and I made like 3 motors at least. And the charge isn't running because it's raining out. Hey Neptune, are you still here?
Yep.
If I place multiple batteries next to each other, will they all charge each other?
Batteries can't charge each other, but they can work.
Like, what I mean is like if I run one wire into a battery and then I place another battery next to that battery, will they both charge up from the solar panel and discharge into the system?
Yes.
Oh, cool. So I could just make like a wall of batteries here and they'd all kind of sync up and do stuff.
Yeah.
Neat. I like it. Factorization is a cool mod. I gotta get into some of the other stuff now. I gotta get into like, dark iron stuff. There's so many things in
still haven't
factorization I
started.
haven't played with yet.
Yeah, I got to sit down and see how it plays with TE. Actually, I think alongside it can be pretty cool.
Yeah, I would think so. Silver, that can be sorted, that can be sorted, that. I definitely think so.
You can certainly have lots on with routers.
Yeah, routers might be neat. Alright. I like how that house hasn't rendered yet. Hey, Zoran.
Hello.
So what do we got going on here? Ah, it's the pulverizer setup. Nice. So if I throw the tin in here, it should get pulverized. And remember, the output is set to the right. And then this thing, the powered furnace, the input is the left, and the output is the top. So the pulverized tin, I guess it was tin, I didn't put the lead in there. Yeah, okay, we'll put lead in. And then the output should go right into here. How nice is that? This is a question I got, King Lemming, and you know what? It probably just didn't occur to me, and I probably should have thought of it and answered it. What is the bottom left inventory slot below the energy meter?
Knew that was coming.
Like, I think my brain was just like, that's probably for a battery, because that's how industrial craft works. But, like, I probably should have clarified that, because now that somebody asked it of me, I didn't know how to answer it.
That will be one sort of use. We're going to get a little bit more interesting than that.
Oh, cool.
So basically, I have recently rewritten the tab GUI to allow for tabs on both the left and right sides.
Cool.
So, yeah, just mull that around.
I don't know what that means.
Think about that with the back of your mind.
I know what mull that around means. I didn't know what tabbed GUI means. What's a tabbed GUI? I didn't know we
It's
could
the
tab
little-
between GUI slots.
No. You know
This-
the tabs on the right side?
Like
You know,
forestry machines.
Ledgers.
Okay. Right, those
I
things.
call them tabs because
They
they're
are.
tabs. Yeah, anyway. You can have them on the left side now.
Oh, neat.
Still don't get that what that has to do with that slot. But okay.
Yeah, what's that slot gonna do? That's what I want to know.
Lots of things.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, you're gonna drive the YouTube audience nuts.
Probably. That's fair.
Well, guys, speaking of driving you nuts, I'm sorry to say, but this is probably a pretty good wrapping up point for episode 38. So, hope you enjoyed checking out the crazy factorization build. We got some lead going on, and of course, now that the world gen's fixed, we'll be able to get that stuff straight out of the world that I created earlier. Now I can start messing around in there. So, this is Direwolf20 signing off on episode 38 of Direwolf20 Server Play Series. Hope you enjoyed hanging out and checking it out, and come back next time because we got lots more to do. I want to start using Steve's carts in the new world to do some cool things. Have plenty of work to do with thermal expansion still, and probably want to start looking at some of the more of the factorization stuff. Alright guys, take it easy.